Hi, I just wanted to show you guys how I make sesame chicken today. So, in my wok I have about a tablespoon of oil, an inch of fresh ginger that I've basically julienned, and about a quarter to a half of a large jalapeno in here. I'm just going to let this sit in the oil for about a minute before I add the chicken, just to kind of let it break down and get all those flavors into the oil. And then I have fresh chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast that I use. I slice them in about 2-inch long chunks. That way, you know, you can still see that you're eating chicken. It's not little tiny pieces, but you can still eat easily. So I went ahead and added my chicken in with it. And I'm just going to let this cook with the onions, or with the ginger and jalapenos here for about 3-4 minutes, just kind of stirring it around. And then I also have about 4 cloves of garlic. I like a lot of garlic in my food. I put garlic in everything. You know, most people only use about 2. You know, you can use 1, 2, 5, as many pieces of garlic as you want. That way, you know, some people don't like garlic. I love it. So does my husband, so it works fine for us. And I have all of my stuff in a wok, and it's about at medium-high. Let me show you what I have in my wok here. Get some chicken. And kind of tossing around with some tongs in my wok. And I'm going to wait until I get it pretty much completely cooked, which will take, with size chunks I have, being rather small, but not too small. It'll take about 5 minutes, so let's see. We're just going to let this cook for a minute. And then we're going to add the garlic after it's almost cooked. That way we don't burn the garlic. We don't want to burn the garlic too much or overcook it. Then it turns really bitter and gross. So, you just kind of want to keep your chicken moving around so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan either. I keep showing you my can of cornbread I made earlier. Alright, I'm going to add my 4 cloves of garlic that I have. You know, and I crushed it to get the skins off, and then I just pretty much rough chopped it into slices. So that way you can still see the garlic and you know when you're eating a piece. Let's see if I can do this without dropping the camera. Alright. I'm just going to let that cook for about another minute now. Let it kind of, you smell the garlic in it already. Just put it in and you can already smell it all nice and flavorful. I'm just kind of trying to move some of the pieces around that hasn't gotten it as cooked towards the bottom. Some of the larger pieces that I didn't cut as small. Those go in my husband's container for lunch. Because I'm making this the night before for work. I don't cook before work. It's easier to just cook ahead of time. And so that's what I'm kind of doing. Just making it for tomorrow, for lunch tomorrow at work. So, alright. Alright, so it looks like almost all my chicken is done. I have a few pieces that are still pink. A little bit, so I can tell aren't fully cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my mixture. I got 2 pinches of flax seeds on top that you see floating. Then I have about a tablespoon of chicken broth, just to kind of keep the chicken flavor and keep it really moist. And then a quarter cup of soy sauce and 3 tablespoons of sesame seed oil. It is sesame chicken after all. You can add sesame seeds also instead of the flax seeds. You really don't get much flavor from the seeds, I don't feel. That's why I prefer the oil. But it is sesame chicken, so to give the appearance and add a little more fiber to my diet, I go ahead and add the flax seeds. Now, as you can see, this now kind of sits in a puddle of juice with all the stuff we just added. So I'm going to go ahead and let this go down to medium heat now and just let it finish cooking on its own and just sit there and marinate in itself as it finishes cooking and gets fork tender chicken. And then I'll just serve it over a bed of rice and with some steamed bok choy. Alright, hope you enjoyed it, and I will post the recipe also. Thanks.